right, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. I'm your host, Bernard Watts. We want to thank you for tuning in tonight. Only thing that I ask that you do is smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. And the most important thing, hit that bell notification. It'll let you know whenever I go live or drop a video on this broadcast. Hey, got a good show for you tonight talking about Coach Prime. I'm telling you, is out there doing his thing. Now we're also going to talk about the NFL playoff going right now, and we're going to talk about Michael Vick and Deshaun Jackson in the HBCU. So I got a powerful packed broadcast for you tonight. I'm telling you right now, my friends, hey, do me a favor. Pick up your telephone, text somebody, email somebody, or just call somebody and let them know. Tune in to Sports Talk with B. Watts. I'm your host, Bernard Watts, out of Georgia. All right? Them Georgia boys. Let me bring up my extra partner tonight. What's going on, Coach Dre?
What's happening, bro?
You doing all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's bring this thing on in. We're getting ready to talk about Coach Prime and Colorado Buffaloes. But I got a special guest for you tonight. His name is Scotty off script. Let's bring him up.
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's up, my dog? My boy. What's going on, man?
Man, chilling. I'm good, man. I'm good.
How you feel?
I feel good. I mean, I feel better if you weren't so decked out in CU gear up in.
Hey, I already know. I already been checking you out. That's why I want you up. Let me tell you something. This show, you do not prefer the Coach Prime as that Bama.
Well, I mean, I refer everybody as Bama. That's just a DMV thing. But hey, it is what it
is. Scotty, what's up, man? I just want to let you know, man. I appreciate everything that you do on there, man. I enjoy watching your broadcast when I'm off on Mondays and Fridays just to hear what you done said about Colorado or the HBCU family, because the HBCU family, I have found out, I didn't ever go to college. They are really serious about their sports program.
Yeah, they take it very seriously. It's somewhat of a cult following as well. It's just not on the big scales of the Ohio States, the Floridas, the Texas A&Ms, but they care just as much, maybe even more, because they got the band. So they love their band.
Right. So when I got a question, it used to be me, another guy named Rob the Man Media, and Coach Dre, but I haven't seen Rob in about 3. I ain't heard from him this week, so I reached out to you.
Besides the prices that BYU ass whooping y'all that took, he was like, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to do this no more.
It could be. But you watch your tone on this show right here. I'm straight Coach Prime. I'm straight Coach Prime.
Okay. All right.
Check this out, Scotty. Coach Dre. Let's start with Coach Dre. Oh, that's Rob back there in the back. Oh, I ain't seen it. He must saw you. That want to come.
What's happening? Y'all been sitting in the back. You talking? I'm sitting in the back.
I said I got somebody. He don't want to come on. I got 2 people come on with Rock on Sunday.
Hey, what up, Scotty, man? What up with you, man?
What's good? We thought we was looking for. We had an APB on you since the BYU game.
Hey, Scotty. I ain't seen you. I got a whole list on the card. But let's get this show started off right. Coach Prime, Coach Dre. We're gonna go with Coach Dre, Rob, and Scotty. You bring up the end. All right. Every question. The hiring of Marshall Faulk as the running back coach, even though the team haven't announced it yet, but it's been reported that he's going to be brought in for the running back coach. What kind of impact, if he comes, would it make on Colorado running game this year?
I mean, it just adds to the lore of what Coach Prime can do. It's another great recruiting tool. Who wouldn't want to play for a Hall of Famer? But I think Scotty knows better than anybody that Marshall Faulk was probably slated to be the head coach at Southern at one point in time. Right when Deion was getting ready to be the head coach at Jackson, and I just don't think Southern pulled it. I don't know what happened, but I know that was in the works. I thought he was going to be the head coach at Southern. So he's been itching to get into the college football world, and I just think, like I say, Prime. If we just sit back and listen, sometime Coach Prime tell you what's going on. I'm making moves because I think they were holding these guys back from being coaches because they say this celebrity hire or the Hall of Famers, and it's coaches that's been working their behinds off trying to move up through the ranks. But you got to salute what this is doing. I don't think this happened overnight. I think this probably been in the works for a little bit of time. I don't think this just happened like this. But again, if people just listen, Coach Prime told you he was going to make some upgrades to his coaching staff. I don't think this has anything to do with the production, or I just think Coach Flea is a little ill. And I think Coach Prime just felt like, if you my brother and I know you need something done, sometimes you have to nudge him a little bit, and just to make sure that his health is right. So he went out and did that. And then when you add Tommy Robinson to that room with Marshall Faulk, I think you're in a good position.
Man, Coach J right there on the head. I mean, this move been in play for months. This ain't nothing new. It's new to the public, but if you've been to games this year, you've seen Marshall Faulk. If you've been around the team, he's been there. It's just the public didn't know. So there's nothing new far as the move Marshall Faulk being there. It's just public that he's there officially. So that's really all it is for real.
I like it. I mean, it's Marshall Faulk. Like, now don't get me wrong. Like, a lot of young kids, like younger than me, didn't grow up on Marshall Faulk. I remember St. Louis. Right?
Marshall.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember that, right? So he's that guy. Like, I didn't see him in college, but I saw him in the pros. I think what people have to look at it, and I always tell people, like, there's two sides of Prime. I'm not a big fan of Prime as the coach because I think he has some limitations, but as a black man and as a fellow man, like, he looks out for his people, right? Like, he knows Marshall Faulk is going to need that on his resume if he wants to get a coaching job, right? So it's just like, hey, you a Hall of Famer, let me help you out. Come over here. Same thing with Warren Sapp. Like, it ain't gonna hurt me to have you on staff. You know what I'm saying? So it helps him out. It helps Prime out. So it's like, hey, I'm looking out for my NFL brethren. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, the coaching profession is just like that, right? White boys help out other white boys all the time. Nobody say nothing wrong. People don't got no resume to be offensive coordinators and D coordinators, and they come on, you be like, how he get the job? You know what I'm saying? Oh, him and my dad go to the same church. All that type of stuff, right? So, I don't have a problem with it. It's Marshall Faulk. I mean, Jesus Christ is Marshall Faulk. So it is what it is. Now, is it going to help the running game? I mean, that is yet to be seen.
Look,
I'm just saying. I think without Shador being there, I think this team might become a run-first team. I think that's where they're gonna. I think that's a whole nother topic. But go ahead, B. Watts. That's a whole nother.
Hey, B. Watts, I'll add this though. Majority of any former NFL player that's came to Boulder this year got a head coaching job or as a coach on somebody's staff right now, because they came and talked to Prime about certain things. So a lot of these NFL players that took in these head coaching jobs at HBCU or somewhere else has come to Boulder this season and talked to Prime and got the foundation piece and lay that out. So I'll add that.
Okay, check this out. The assistant running back coach, Tommy Robinson. Let the people who tuning in right now probably don't know nothing about him, his background, and how you think he gonna turn out. Me personally, I think he could have did the job by himself. After I looked at his resume and what everybody else have said about him over there on X, and all the former players and the players in the NFL who was commenting about him, dude seemed like you're a pretty good running back coach. What you thinking about him, Coach Dre?
I mean, when you can say you coached the likes of Emmitt Smith, you coached at LSU, he's a good guy. Again, I think Scotty hit it on the head. It's about the resume pickup for Marshall Faulk. I think Marshall Faulk wants to be a head football coach. And Scotty said it all the time. Look at what Nick Saban did at Alabama. He constantly refurbished coaches. Lane Kiffin was out on his behind. And he said, hey, come sit up under me and don't say nothing. You ain't got to say nothing. Just run the offense. Now Lane Kiffin, people calling him one of the best coaches in college football. He did the same thing for Stark.
Yep, Steve.
For Starkeesian. Starkeesian got in trouble. Whatever he had going on, hey, come on over here. Be an analyst 1 year. The next year he took over the offense. So, but Tommy Robinson, those two guys, again, look at what Coach Prime is doing. In your defensive line room, you have a Hall of Famer and a guy that's been coaching college football for a while. So I got a guy that's here that already knows the game, a guy that knows the game but has been coaching. He's doing is he's just setting himself up. So you got to be pleased with the things that he's doing, and he's elevating all his guys. He didn't go outside. I think that was Marshall Faulk might be the only real hire that he went outside of his own doors and did. And you like to say, you got to respect the man that does that. Who tries to bring along the people that's been with him, that's rocking with him, that done held him down. Again, I tell y'all, head coaches sign up to take to share the fame, but take all the blame. When you lose, when you're winning, everybody's great. When you're losing, the head coach is bad by itself. I keep telling people the offense will look different. I don't think that when you got a quarterback that again, if y'all listen, they tell y'all. Sherman told you, Shador had full control of the playbook. Shador could change the play when he got ready. I don't think that Salter or Juju, if he the starter, will have that kind of control. But Tommy Robinson, as an addition, his credits is too long to name. When you coach in the SEC, great SEC backs, and then when you talking about the all-time leading rusher, Emmitt Smith, I mean, there's nothing else for you really to talk about. But if you look at what Coach Prime is doing, it shows.
Man, what Coach Prime doing is kind of aligns. Like if you really go back and look at the Nick Saban coaching staff, just go to the 2015 Alabama coaching staff and how many head coaches that are head coaches right now that was on that coaching staff. I mean, the abundance of now you can have unlimited coaches. Why not have, a Tommy Robinson with a Marshall Faulk? It's a great 1-2 punch. If you listen to any of the running backs, they'll tell you, Tommy Robinson had a lot to play last year with the running back room. Now he gets to show more this year because now he's the official assistant running backs coach. He brings a lot of things to CU that, we need in the running back room. It's not to say that Coach Fleet wasn't doing the job, but it's health had a part of it. And him not being around. So now you got two coaches that's going to be there for the season, ready to go. And it's just another stepping stone for Tommy Robinson because he's a hell of a coach. And he, like you said, he could have did it by himself. But there's just the relationships with Coach Prime and looking out for another brother in a situation.
I think there's I hope the conversation with Marshall Faulk is like, you got to leave your ego at the door, right? Because it's like, there's a difference between being a great player and being a great coach. Right. And that's a very, a lot of people are like, there's a lot of great players that have a hard time coaching athletes because they don't have that goal, that dog that they're expecting. They're like, if you're playing this position, you're supposed to be like this. And I think Tommy Rees can help him in understanding, hey, not all these guys we're getting in are Marshall Faulks. You know what I'm saying? Like just trying to understand and how to coach up running backs and how to do it a certain type of way, because you can rub people the wrong way. Like that's like in this day and age and jumping in the portal, you say the wrong thing to the wrong kid and he's gone. Right. So and I'm not saying they gotta like cookie cutter stuff. It's just you gotta manage egos, you gotta manage people and stuff like that. And that might not be something Marshall Faulk is used to doing. Now, going back to what Coach Dre said, it's a very when I look at, and I hope I'm not jumping too far ahead, but when I look at Juju and Salter, Juju is like baby Shador. Like if you watched him in high school, the scheme that they ran in high school can literally be plug and play for Colorado, right? Like it's like plug and play. I think if it was me, I would go with Salter because of the experience. And if I'm bringing in Marshall Faulk and Tommy, that means I should be leaning on the run game. And I think if you add a balance of good play action with Salter, I think you can have it all work. But once again, they always say if there's a tie at the quarterback position, I'm always going to go with the younger guy. I'm always going to go. If they are even, like, I'm going with the younger guy. I got him longer. I'm going to use him longer, and we can grow with this thing together. So that's just my little 2 cents.
No, I mean you hit it on the head. I mean,
Yeah, you hit it on the head.
Juju, when you go out and get a Salter's coming in here because he think he can be the guy. Like you say, if they even, what we talking about? It ain't nothing really to talk about if they even. But you're right. Juju is baby Shador. But again, if we go back to that Utah game where Shador didn't play, that was more what you're gonna see from Pat Shermer. If anybody go back and watch that game, it was a great balance. Play action. I think you'll see a lot more 11 and 12 personnel than you have seen from them in the past. Because again, when you have Shador, and like you say, if you listen to those guys talk, hey, they tell you. And I think sometimes that also helps the offensive line. And like I said, I don't make excuses for it because like we didn't play as well all the time. But when you call a play in the huddle and then you go up to the line and now you switching plays and people gotta, it's easy for offensive linemen to get confused. But Scotty hit it on the head. If Salter's the quarterback, you expect a lot more runs. And then, like you say, he's got to be accountable for the defense in the running game, like we had to deal with when you played Kansas State and guys like
that. I like the offense that I loved the most when I saw CU was at Central Florida. When they played Central Florida, that I had never seen Colorado put tight ends in the backfield and H-backs, and I was like, who is this? I was just like, what is this? Like, who is this? And it looked really good. It looked really good. It confused me because if you watch enough Colorado, you know what's coming. Slants, screen, you know what I'm saying? Inside zone, wide receiver screen, digs. Like, you know what's coming. It's just part of it. But that Central Florida game, they had Bama's doing backdoor, underneath drags and clip blocks and wham blocks. I said, yo, who is this? Right? So if they can go back to that with that Central Florida game, if they can package that and make that more consistent, that offense, that's deadly. That's nasty. That was nasty.
You will see more of that. The issue with what happened, Sam Hart got hurt. You don't got another tight end behind the one tight end. So when we lost him for the season with a torn ACL, now you go back to what you've been doing, right? 5 wide, 4 wide, put a wide receiver in the backfield, spread them out. So now that you went and recruited tight ends, which the one area we didn't recruit, and we moved defensive players to the offensive side of the ball to try to create room for other pieces, now you actually went and spent an offseason and went and recruited tight ends. So now you should see that healthy balance of what you see in Central Florida when Colorado plays. So that's going to be the key, is that you lose a tight end, you get hurt, you got nobody behind them because you ain't developed nothing or you didn't go recruit that area. Now you want to recruit that area. Now it should solve that problem. Go ahead, B-Watts.
Okay. Appreciate y'all taking on that. Hey, you watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. If y'all don't mind, go over there onto my guests. Got it all script. Go to his X page, Instagram, like and subscribe, and also over there on his YouTube channel. And also Rod the Man Media. Appreciate y'all for doing that. Hey, Coach Prime, also Scotty, JR, Rod, he switched up his strength and conditioning coach. Let me know what kind of effect, good or bad, because I had a lot of people texting me and emailing me in my post show saying, Why did they demote Coach Mo?
Okay, so did he leave?
So when you look at the move that Coach Prime made with the new strength and conditioning coach, Andrew, let the people know what y'all think about that.
Scotty, you asked did he get fired? No, he's still on the staff. Swayze is that guy. When you talk about coaching 5 Hall of Famers, when the U reemerged, he was the guy who was the reason the U reemerged. We talking about he took over in 99, 2000. You talking about the likes of Edgerrin James. You talking about the likes of Willis McGahee. You talking about the likes of my guy Clinton Portis, Reggie Wayne, Andre Johnson, Jonathan Vilma, Ed Reed. I think the guy has 5. I think got 5 Hall of Famers in the Hall of Fame. And when you got a strength and conditioning coach, I think Scotty might can speak to it more because I know he played college ball. But the strength and conditioning coach, most of them they real a-holes. They real down and dirty. They real in your face type of guys. You see the kind of guy Swayze is if you watch the video. I told y'all, like that's what Florida guys is. They not wrapped too tight. If you really get them, you get what I'm saying. So he knows what it takes. Also, I think this was also a good move for the guys that's leaving. You see he's out there working with Shiloh. Shador and those boys will be back. And then they'll leave to go to the Shrine Bowl. But sometimes the voice gets the voice gets quiet. Like you hear the Pittsburgh Steelers talking about maybe, it might be time to move on from Mike Tomlin just because his voice is getting stale. But I think people look at it as a bad thing for Coach Mo. I don't. I think Coach Mo is a great strength and conditioning coach. You see what he did with seeing what he changed his body from the body fat and all that other stuff. What Swayze brings is a little something different that I think Coach Mo can add to his bag, and then now that makes him an even better strength and conditioning coach. So I think it's a great hire. It's probably going to be one of the best hires that Coach Prime has had. Again, if people just don't talk and listen, Coach Prime told you he was going to make changes, and you saw that. So, but no, Scotty, I don't. He's still on staff, to my knowledge. I know people are asking about the UNLV pictures, but they were having a coaching convention in UNLV. So I think he's still on staff. I just think that Coach Prime just went with Swayze as the new head strength and conditioning coach.
It was a great hire. Here's why. When you look at Coach Mo, you look at Coach Swayze. Coach Swayze is going to bring you the discipline and the strength, right? Coach Mo is going to bring you the sports performance. We never had an issue with conditioning. The problem that we had was toughness and discipline, which led on the football field to a lot of penalties. And so what Coach Prime wanted to do this offseason was, how do we get stronger and better, but also disciplined at the same time? And a lot of people miss that because Prime said it to you. He already told you, but it just went over a lot of people's head because they just, all you seen was Swayze come in and you seen Coach Mo take a back step. But in reality, the money didn't change. He's still there. He's just over different, just sports performance, period, right? Coach Mo understands how to keep you healthy without having long-term injuries. When you look at Colorado, we didn't really have a lot of long-term injuries. We didn't have a lot of torn ACLs performance-wise. So we really only had, 1 or 2 major injuries the whole entire season that really kept somebody out for the entire season. Most of the time, somebody was back in less than 3 to 4 weeks if they got hurt. So what they did was just add on the actual strength side of it and the discipline side, which is going to help elevate the strength and conditioning team. So it was a move by Coach Prime. It was, sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need somebody that can help you become a better leader. And something that Coach Mo was probably missing, that's what Coach Prime went out and added to help Coach Mo better his career as he moves forward.
Okay. So How is the strength and conditioning coach going to help you with discipline? That's a like, because he said he brought him in to help him.
That's what strength and conditioning for. Help you with discipline.
That's not no.
Yep.
Hold on. Discipline is a top down thing. Like it's the head man, no Diddy, right?
Yeah.
Controls what like Nick Saban is he's the discipline. Like everything comes from all the philosophies come from Nick Saban. It goes down. My thing is, how is the strength and conditioning coach going to help? Like, how is that on him to be a disciplinarian? That doesn't because it should be positional coaches, should be offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Like, I'm not understanding that.
Mental fatigue, right? So as you're playing in the game, mental fatigue can cause errors, right or wrong.
Okay, now that makes sense, right? So that makes sense. But you just saying
this when you get the first and second.
Okay. Now that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Okay, I'm with you on that.
When you come down to that third and fourth quarter, will you have the mental toughness to not jump offside?
That's where you see a lot of Colorado. If you're actually watching, they get hit third and fourth quarter with those. So that's what I'm saying from Swayze side, what he brings to the table. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, Scotty, that's what Swayze told him. I don't care about. I'm not a front runner. I don't care about you jumping around and doing all that in the first quarter. What you gonna do in the fourth quarter? Have we physically? Like I said, I'm gonna push you to the brink. I'm gonna push you to the brink. So yeah, I think when bro was saying discipline, he was just saying physically and emotionally getting those guys physically and emotionally ready. I get what you're saying from the top down that it starts with Prime, but from now till they're gonna take over spring. He's gonna have the strength. We'll say the strength and conditioning coach spends more time with most of the guys than anybody. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I agree.
So that's what I think. That's what we. Yeah. I think that's where it is with that. Is that that coach is spending the most time with the guys, and so it's got to be always in repetition. Like he told y'all, I got a problem with y'all if y'all think it's okay for us not to be playing right now. It's a mind. I just think his mind, the mindset that he comes with, like I said, we ain't wrapped too tight. He just that's just his way of doing things. So both things can be right, is what you say of what everybody's saying, Scotty. Both things.
Yeah, no. I just when he made the clarification, I was like, okay, that makes perfect sense, right? Like the mental fatigue and all that in the late of the games. I completely agree to make sure, hey, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what you're feeling. Can you still focus on what needs to be done and what gap you got to fill and what block you got to make and make that big time catch that we need you to make? Completely agree. But just the general of discipline, I was just like, that didn't make sense to me. But when he clarified, I was like, that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
All right, my last thing on Colorado, and then we're gonna move on to the HBC. What I really
talking about BYU?
This might
nobody talking about BYU. Nobody talking about the white boys.
No, we ain't talking about that on this show. Me and you gonna go one-on-one. Me and you gonna go one-on-one. Me and you gonna go one-on-one about all that. But here we go. This the last question. This is the last question, y'all, on Colorado, and then we'll come back after we talk about the other stuff and end with Colorado. The word on the street, Coach Dre, Rob, Scotty, Coach Prime got a contract on the desk. Just haven't signed it for the real nigga. Texas head coach Steve Starkeisha, they just renewed his contract. I want to know from each and one of you. I think I already talked to Coach Dre for the last 2 weeks about it. Me personally, I think Coach Prime should be the highest paid college football. Yeah, I said it, Scott. Yeah. Didn't mean no. Come back. That's why I got you here. That's why I want you on my show, because you over there on your show. I can't wait till you tomorrow on your show. I think Coach Prime, even though he haven't won a Big 12 championship, I got that. I hear y'all. Even though he Scotty, look at I want you to look at me, dog. Even though he haven't won a national championship or a Big 12 championship, I get that. But look at the value that he's bringing to the sport. Not only just to the sport, the value that he's bringing to Boulder, Colorado. Now, I'm sure Coach Prime don't want the highest paid salary. I think he just want to take care of his coaching staff and his staff. And he probably hadn't signed. He want the collective to be much more so he can compete with the other people, because now college football is all about that money now. Them players want them 4 and 5 stars. They want that money. That's just my opinion. I want to hear what y'all got to say. I think Coach Prime should be at least $10 million per year or up there with Kirby Smart. That's just me. You can turn your head all you want to. All that $5 and $7 million per year, man, miss me with that. Coach Prime has done more in his 2 years at Colorado than just by anybody else in college.
That is a bold face.
Now listen, hold it, Scott. Hold it, Scott. You really see, hold it. I bet you want to give Bill Belichick $10 million, $11 million. He can get 10. And he just don't care what he done, Scotty. See, it's cats like you, Scotty. It's cats like you. Oh, no. Come on, face the music. Face the music.
No, I'm not.
Coach
I'm
Ray.
gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish.
His annual salary. What range? You going last, Scott? You going last? I don't want to hear it from you right now. What do y'all think that salary should be? Go ahead, Scotty. They scared. I ain't scared.
I ain't scared. I ain't listen. I ain't scared. I just want Scotty to go first. I want to know what he had to say.
Okay. First of all,
I can't wait to meet you go one-on-one. I ain't scared to talk to you.
You should, because your internet is buffering like a mug. So I don't know if you can even hear me at the same time that I'm talking. But that's either here nor there. Listen.
Hey, I keep moving. I've been having trouble all week with it.
This is my thing. Should you get an increase? Absolutely. For what he's brought to Colorado, he should get an increase. To be the highest paid coach in college football, you're smoking crack. You're smoking absolute crack, because he couldn't even beat Kansas when he needed to beat Kansas. He couldn't do it, right? When you needed to win the game, you couldn't even do that. You have 2 top 5 picks. You couldn't even beat a team full of white boys. Like, what are we talking about right now? And my issue is people are saying in the chat, like, Steve Sark's pressure at Texas is not nowhere near. Deion was playing with house money. Now, yes, are people expecting Deion to win because he's Deion? Absolutely. Deion's always been a winner. I've always said that. But he was still playing with house money. If he wins 6 games this year instead of 9, it's still a great season. Still a great season. Nobody would say it wouldn't be a great season if he won 6 games, right? He wins 9, which 2 of those should have been losses, if we're being honest, but that's neither here nor there. But I think what should happen is he should go to Colorado and do the same thing he did with Jackson. Hey, I'm bringing in a lot of money. Let's do a revenue, because instead of you just paying me outright, my value is in marketing, TV, merchandising. Let me get a percentage of that. He could be the highest paid. Why? Because his marketing value is the highest paid. That's completely different than you going up to Colorado and saying, hey, pay me $10 million. And they'll be like, for what? You haven't won anything. But if you come to them and say, hey, pay me 6 or 7, and the rest of it being revenue sharing with merchandise and ticket sales and all that, Deion worth about 12, 13 million easy, just off of what he's bringing to Colorado. So I think if he goes about it in a different way, he can get what he's looking for. But to just have Colorado pay that man $10 million, you watch your cotton picking mind. It's not. No. You haven't won nothing. You haven't won anything.
With the revenue share, right, and then the way it's landscaped it out, he's gonna get 10 million because of the way they're gonna break down the revenue shares into the different sports and all that. That's what it's moving to. It's kind of why Colorado went away from the way they was doing NIL to now they're changing that model because everything's going to revenue share. So then the day he gonna get 10 million minimum, right? The contract not being signed, it doesn't bother me because it's terms and conditions in that contract that he's trying to linger out. Whether that's endorsement deals, whether that's more money for his assistants, whatever that language is, he's trying to get that figured out. But the whole contract thing, it is what it is. But he's gonna get 10 million just based off of the way the structure of the revenue share moving forward that's coming to the place of college football, which a lot of these coaches are going to get bumped up to 10 million based on the revenue share of the way the sports is laid out. So that's just going to be the bottom baseline. But when you talk about the things of what Prom has done to elevate the Colorado voter and stuff like that, yes, he deserves more than 10 million because of the economic resources that he's brought to them, just like he did at Jackson, right? You got to take advantage of the situation while he's there. That's just point blank period. That's how I look at it.
Listen, I feel like if you're not, go ahead, Coach Ray. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, okay. Just a question. On money than Deion, the coach from Kentucky. You think he should make more money than Deion?
No.
You heard me, Scotty?
Yeah, I hear you. No, absolutely not.
Okay, he's making $9 million.
Hey, listen, if you want to stop him at, right underneath everybody else.
This is all I'm saying.
Yeah, he don't deserve to be over Brian, Kalen, Mike, Norvell, yeah. No, because they went to the college playoffs, so you gotta give him that. You gotta give him that. He did go to a bowl game. He went to a big bowl game. You gotta give him that. Ryan Day, Lincoln, Steve, Dabo. What's up? What's up, Coach?
What'd you say? Yeah, I thought you said Norvell that went to the college playoff.
No, he got to a big bowl game and lost. He got to a big bowl game and lost against Georgia. He was in a New Year's Six bowl, if I'm not mistaken. He was in a New Year's Six bowl. Y'all was in the Alamo Bowl, last stand. What we talking about? What we talking about? You're muted, Coach Dre. Coach Dre, you're on mute.
I just feel like it's more about his coaches. Again, if I just watch and sit back and listen, bro, it just look like they having a meeting to go ahead and get it done. Like bro said, he probably gonna make 10. I think he deserved 10 because of what he's done. For the city of Boulder and what he's brought to Colorado. Just like I said, we just going off of face value. We're just going off of face value. That he deserves Kirby and Day. But anybody else, you got to come, like you say, when you got Stoops making $9 million,
hold on, Coach Ray.
You can't say Prime don't deserve 10.
Hold on, I'll make this right. What did Mel Tucker make before he left and went to Michigan State at Colorado?
Was it 7, 8 million?
Yeah, so you bump up 2 more million for Prime because he's got more wins than Mel Tucker. Now, it's just that simple math right there for me, just alone.
I ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah,
and I think paid. No,
I'm not saying the highest paid, right? Because at some point you gotta have a national championship, right? You gotta have that. You gotta have some type of big time college playoff bowl, right? To say that, right? That's my point. But when you talk about the other stuff that he brings to Colorado, they could push him as the highest because he brings the most revenue for as a head coach to college football. And that's based off what he generates because he understands how to control the media because he's been in a business. And so when you look at that standpoint, yes, he's going to end up being the highest paid. But far as salary from what Colorado's paying him, it's going to be around 10.5. It's somewhere in that range, right? And he's got to earn to show that, hey, that next contract extension is because you went to a college playoff. You made it to the national championship. But based upon what it is right now, it's the $10 million. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, it's very simple for me. All the other coaches, there's not another coach in college sports right now that is bigger than the brand that they're at. I'm going to say that again. There's not another college coach that is bigger than the brand that they're at, right? So Georgia's always going to be bigger than Kirby. Clemson and Dabo are kind of like one and the same because he did build Clemson. Let's be honest. Texas is bigger than Steve. Lincoln is big. You get what I'm saying. Florida State bigger than Mike. Alabama's bigger than Kalen. There's no other coach that's going to be in that conversation. So I think he deserves whatever the business is going, he deserves a percentage of that. That's what I'm saying. That's my end. Whatever business that Colorado is making off of Prime, he deserves a piece of it because you would have got none of it if it wasn't for Prime. So I'm clear on that. So if it's something to where his base salary is 8, but after everything he gets, he ends up being 14, 15 million, I have no problem with that because he's only getting no. You said something different, B. Watts. Yeah. I want to be very clear what you said. You said something completely different, right? Yeah. Because
I can't wait to get you one-on-one.
He is the engine that makes it move at Colorado. So I agree with that. That's a black man getting his value and his worth. I have no problem with that. But to be paid as a base salary of the highest paid coach on a base salary, you are out of your cotton picking mind. It's nothing in his resume deserves to be the highest paid coach in a base salary aspect. It doesn't. He has no bowl wins, and he's been favored in two of those. Two of those games, he was favored as the bowl winner. So, and you lose. And both of those losses come with top 5 players. And one of those was even in the HBCU realm when you had the 2 best players on the field. So
now granted, that last Celebration Bowl, now he didn't have everybody because some of them left and hit the portal when they found out who was leaving. Come on, let's be fair now. Let's be fair on that one. But the first one I'll give you. The second one, the second Celebration Bowl, if he had his full roster, they win that game easy.
Sir.
Like the whole defensive line was missing. The linebackers was missing. That changes. You know that, Scotty. Come on.
Bro, the whole linebacker core was
yeah, you know.
Not all of them, but someone was missing. Someone was missing at the linebacker room.
Some of those guys were missing because Prime didn't let them play. Some of those guys were missing because Prime didn't let them play. Right. It goes both sides. Yes, you're right. Some kids were in the portal, and some kids Prime did not let play because they didn't want to play and then jump in the portal. They wanted to be. He's like, nah, if you're gonna go in the portal, go in the portal. So he's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, that's always been Prime rule, yeah. So yeah,
that's fair. I mean, but you got to understand. That's choices. That ain't, you get what I'm saying? That's choices on Prime as well as the player. So, but again, it's not like it was a South Carolina State blowout. That game was competitive the whole game. And again, you had a future Heisman Trophy winner on one side, and he really won. He really kept the game close, if I'm being honest. Yeah. You still lost. So again, my point is this, is that Prime's resume has a lot of fluff. It's like a lot of icing with no cake. It really is. And that's my issue with a lot of stuff that people talk about with Prime. I'm like, he hasn't really, anytime Deion was not favored in a game, the only one was TCU. He won that one. But any other time.
No, he wasn't favored.
No, as I said, anytime he wasn't favored, he's usually lost that game, right? You don't see a lot of times where Prime's teams have like they've overplayed. They overplayed. Like, oh my God, like they weren't supposed to win this game at all, right? So, but to me, my biggest issue with Prime is when you're the favorite, Kansas, BYU, like it's those games you cannot lose. You shouldn't lose those games. So that's just my little 2 cents. But go ahead.
I agree with you. I did a show about 2 weeks ago. I was saying the same thing. Coach Prime got his next goal should be he need to beat a top 25 team. to go along with it resume. And so far, right now, you haven't done that. I agree with you some of the things, but still,
now
I think he should be the higher paid.
part with Deion's resume, I just name a lot of coaches that's right because it's fluff, but we'll leave that to another conversation for another day.
Well, I mean, it all depends on what conference you're talking about, right? Because if you're talking about the SEC, you can't say anything is fluff in the SEC because at the end of the day, Vanderbilt can beat Alabama, Alabama can beat LSU, LSU can beat Florida. It's so much disparity, like you just don't know.
Well, Scotty, but that's what's going on in every conference. Didn't your team beat Ohio?
Oh yeah, I'm Big Blue all day, but that's a rivalry game. That's completely different. That's a right. Come on, man. That's Michigan and Ohio State.
Well, listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying.
You can't have it both ways, Scotty.
No. All I'm saying is that happened all year, every conference. The SEC ain't what the SEC has been. What I'm telling you is them lower tier teams in the SEC, they can play in any conference. I get where you coming from, but when you saying Vanderbilt beat Alabama, you talking about Oklahoma beat Alabama. Like Oklahoma was just in the Big 12. Like if Oklahoma in the Big 12, we think they're going to the Big 12 championship.
Absolutely.
They lost their whole.
If Texas, let's keep it a buck. If Texas stays in the Big 12, y'all never sniff a Big 12 championship. Let alone, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a buck.
I said Oklahoma. I said Oklahoma. I didn't say
Oklahoma.
Texas. I said Oklahoma.
Okay, in Oklahoma, what they went 6-5, 7-4. Am I?
No. I don't even think they made a bowl game.
No, they 7-5. I think they did make a bowl game. 7-5.
They made a bowl game.
6-6.
7-5. Yeah.
6-6. All right, they're in the Pac-12. They getting 2 wins. They're getting 8. It's just come on, man. Like let's keep it a buck. If they're in the Pac-12, they're going 8-4.
What USC did in the Big 10 this year, and they came from the Pac-12.
The Big 10 is tough. Oregon, Ohio State. Okay, does Colorado? You lost to the Big 10. You lost to one of the worst teams and they mollywopped you. Let's not play this game. Nebraska gave you the business. What?
Scotty, BYU was ranked 6th in the country.
Dog, Nebraska.
BYU was ranked 6th in the country after they won the first game.
You know what? They weren't even competitive in the Big 10, and they gave y'all the business. Why? Anybody want to talk about that?
We can talk about it because I just don't know where you get this Big 10 narrative. Because I mean, when you look at Penn State, who do they really play? You look at Indiana, who did they play? You look at Oregon, who did they play? Look at Ohio State, who did they play? Like, let's be real.
Listen to what you're saying, though. If you're saying they didn't play, one of the worst teams in the Big 10 beat one of the top teams in the Pac-12. What are we talking about?
Vanderbilt beat Alabama.
Vanderbilt was nice. Vanderbilt went to a bowl game.
Come on, man.
See, okay, so you're telling me, okay, put Colorado in the Big 10. Are they in the Big 10 championship?
Listen,
that's not what I'm saying. I'm asking you. What I'm asking you is if Oklahoma was still in the Big 12, they don't just easily go to the Big 12.
I'll say this: they're in that.
Here's what I'll say to you: does Colorado need to make it to the Big 10 championship game to be in the college playoff, based upon the conference what it look like right now?
Yeah, because it's no way you guys win. You wouldn't have got.
Ohio State didn't make it there, and they're in the championship game, right?
Again, listen to what I'm saying though. You wouldn't have been one of the few teams out the Big 10 to make. You wouldn't have beat Oregon, nor would you have beaten Ohio State. So what are we talking about? You guys would have been out of the big what 12?
So listen, I'm gonna play comparison, right? What do Colorado would have looked like if they play Indiana schedule? You don't think the same situation could happen?
I'm putting it up. Listen, we ain't just about to talk. No.
That's what I'm just so we can break it down. I'm
looking. I'm pulling this up right here. You lose Notre Dame.
You already know they schedule, Scotty.
No, what? No,
Yeah,
I don't.
you already know they
I
schedule.
don't know Indiana's schedule.
He did.
I don't. I definitely don't. All right. So you beat Charlotte, you beat UCLA, you beat Western Illinois, you beat FIU, you beat Northwestern. You lose to Nebraska because you already did that.
Okay.
You lose to Washington. You beat Michigan State. You lose to Michigan. You lose to Michigan. Dog, you're losing to Michigan, Brody. You're losing to Michigan, Brody. You're with that D line. With that D line,
Come on, bro.
boys,
they can't score.
They can run the ball.
Okay.
Oh, where
okay,
we playing?
So you said we lose to Washington.
You lose to Washington.
How so? I just want you to explain how we lose to Washington.
It's a shootout. It's a shootout. I got you. Okay, so you lose to Ohio State. I'll give you Michigan. You lose to Ohio State. Let me see. Okay, so let's go back. I see 1, 2. I'm just basing off this Indiana schedule. 1, 2, 3. I'm counting wins. 4. 5.
We're 9-3. He counted 3 losses. We're 9-3. We're at the same place.
Okay, but you're not in.
How? We're in the Big Ten.
You're not. You're not in.
Come on, Scotty. Come on, Scotty. How many teams they just put into the Big Ten versus how many teams they're going to get for the Big 12? You move us to the Big Ten, we're in.
You're not in. Listen, you say Michigan, I say you lose to Michigan because Indiana barely beat Michigan, so I think you lose to them.
What I'm saying to you is, if you're telling me that the Big Ten is a better conference, we're in, then we're not being in the Big 12.
I don't believe that because if Indiana beats Nebraska 56-7. And you look, we're doing comparisons of you had a common opponent, and you got mollywopped.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm giving you that. That's fine.
So the real question is if you're Nebraska, that's your standard, Nebraska.
And is our record still the same if we was in the Big Ten with Indiana?
I disagree. Now, if you put a whole bunch of fluff on your schedule, then of course, like Indiana, I get it. I get what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying.
Right? That's all I'm saying. That's all.
You fill it up with fluff like Indiana. Okay, you might slide in there, but I don't think you beat Michigan. I don't think you beat Ohio State. You damn sure couldn't beat Nebraska. We already seen that. That's 3 losses right there.
Even if you took, so say this, even if you took Indiana's schedule away, right, and you put up Penn State, it's going to be the exact same similar.
I want to see this. I'm gonna see this Penn State schedule. Penn State. Let me see. Football schedule. Boop, 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 boop. Oh no, because they play Oregon, so that's an L off the rip. No, they didn't. Okay, Bowling Green, you beat. West Virginia, you beat. Kent State, you beat. Illinois, you beat. UCLA, you beat. USC, it's a shootout.
Come on.
That's a push. It's a shootout, though. It's a shootout. Okay. Wisconsin, you lose because it's Nebraska. It's literally Nebraska. It's literally Nebraska.
Okay.
Wisconsin is Nebraska. Okay. You lose to Ohio State.
Come on, man. You can't do that, Scotty.
You can't do that. Wisconsin and Nebraska are like the same team. You don't know that. They got big white boys. They're going to run the ball. That's just what they do. The only difference is the freshman quarterback.
Well, you had your bet now, boy.
So no matter which way you look at this, we still 93, right?
I mean, you lose to Minnesota, though. Minnesota's a damn good team. You lose to Minnesota.
Okay, at the least,
that's 8-4.
8-4. Minnesota.
Yeah, you lose to Minnesota.
No, yeah, you can't give you no Minnesota now. We can't do that.
Minnesota's nice.
You can have Wisconsin, but you can't have Minnesota.
No, you lose to Minnesota. It'll be a close game, but you lost to BYU.
Was they not the number 6 team?
We gonna give you Wisconsin, but you can't Minnesota. No.
I say this, Scotty. I say we would have beat BYU if we played them in a regular season versus playing them in a bowl game.
Why you say that?
Bro, they kept practicing. We took 2 weeks off. Come on, be for real, Scotty. You know that.
I'm gonna take that out the equation. If we're playing them,
I'm not giving us no excuses.
Here's what I'm saying. If we play, hold on. I say this: if we play them in the season and we're not playing them after a bye, we'll beat them. The only games that we really struggled in was coming off of buys. Those are the games that we struggled in. And Kansas State.
I thought Central Florida was off a bye.
No, that's before the bye.
No.
Kansas State and Kansas are the 2 games that we lost coming off a bye. Every game that we played after a bye, we lost.
Okay, so how didn't you guys have the same amount of time to prepare like BYU? I'm confused. So I'm confused.
I didn't they kept practicing and we took 2 weeks off. I'm not making no excuses, Scotty. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm telling you is they kept practicing.
They only took 2 days off.
What I'm saying to you is if we played BYU in the season and we were playing and never mind. I'll leave it alone.
You would have caught it. You would have caught them on your streak. Like you just like, hey, we in rhythm, and I get what you're saying. Right. My question is why did you take 2 weeks off? I'm not understanding that.
You know the whole Heisman, and you know what's going on. Come on now.
But I'm just telling you, we took 2 weeks off, bro. I'm not giving.
Yeah, he tried to be sarcastic.
What I'm asking. I'm just trying to ask. No, I'm really.
Man.
Y'all think I'm trying to be funny? I'm really asking a question because I'm like, why would you take 2 weeks off? Knowing you trying to win a ball game.
Hey, Scotty, let's just say, we was picking up. We went on an award tour, right? We was picking up awards, right? We collected a lot of awards during that time period.
I didn't know there was 11 Travis Hunters. That's all I'm asking. I didn't know there was 11 Travis Hunters. Matter of fact,
no. Shador's picking up some awards too now.
Okay, so again,
your 2 primary offensive players not there, right? What do we struggle at?
Oh my God, that
just it's okay. It's okay, Scotty. I just got a real quick.
You know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? That's a fair point because everybody at the Heisman Trophy thing lost.
Yes.
Everybody at the Heisman Trophy thing lost. If I'm being honest, Cam Scotty should have probably been the Heisman. That's
Nah.
And I believe, I'm gonna keep saying this. I believe the Heisman should come after bowl season. And this is why I say that. I think Vince Young should have won that Heisman the year him and Reggie Bush. That's just me personally. I've always felt that it should came after bowl season. I ain't like that they did my boy Vince Young like that.
What?
I'm just saying.
Listen. Hey, Scotty, I give you this. Cam Scotty should have finished second in the Heisman. I give you that, but here's my thing of it is what was his Heisman moment that you could think of? Because I can name you 30 plays of what Travis could have made to make those plays. And so when it always comes out to the Heisman, what was the Heisman moment that you remember about that season of him making?
I ain't watch a lot of Arizona State.
Okay, then my point. There go my point right there.
But again, this is okay. I talked to the kid that went to Michigan, the quarterback that went to Michigan.
Yeah, I know you're talking about
Underwood.
Underwood, right? So I was talking to his people because I got some friends up in Detroit and they know his people. I said, if you would have went to Colorado, your commitment would have been bigger. Why? Because of the marketing. It's a lot of it has to do with marketing, right? Like again, a lot of people didn't watch Ashton Gentry because ain't nobody staying up to watch Boise State. But Alabama stayed up to watch that Colorado State game that one year when it went to like double overtime. I was up until 2 a.m. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to watch that game.
Scotty, that's what.
But Scotty, when I told people that because we was on national TV, people said I was crazy. I said because we're on national TV, you're going to see Travis. So guess what? In your mind, you're going to see what Travis plays. So you're going to remember those plays. And when I said that, people was like, I'm crazy. But when you say it.
No, you're right. I completely agree. The marketing engine behind Travis and Shador it's outrageous because it's that prime effect, right? It's just that prime effect that we got to watch to see what they do, good or bad. You know what I'm saying? That just is what it is. For me, it's, the bad. For y'all, it's the good.
And that's saying about when we talk about the money, Scotty, that's why. So I agree. That's what we talk about when we talk about the money. Ain't nobody else doing that.
That's why I was saying about the money.
That ain't nobody else doing
B. Watts. No, you weren't. You was talking about he just need to get paid. I'm saying he needs to get paid off the eyes that he brings in.
No, listen, Scotty. Listen, time out. Time out. The same thing that Coach Drake, maybe I didn't word it right. I know you broke it down and said, hey, maybe the base salary shouldn't be 13, or you should break it off, and the revenue or the things that he's doing off the field should be in the set. I'm talking about as a whole. He should be the highest paid college football coach, and I ain't bagging out there.
Hey, everybody in the chat said no, B1. They say you said something different, B1.
I need to go back. Huh?
People in the chat say you didn't say. They say you said something different. The people in the chat say you said something different.
B1, let's go to your next topic, bro.
Come on.
Hey, I'm gonna get Scotty on. Me and him going one-on-one. Check this out. Y'all. I want to switch from Colorado. I want to talk about the HBCU. That's why I really want Scott on. But look at him. Let me find. You got Michael Vick at Norfolk State and DeSean Jackson at Delaware State. Which school got it right, Scotty? Or both of them is equal? Their first game against each other is going to be held November the 1st.
Okay, let me give the audience, if you don't know HBCUs, let me give the audience some analogies to kind of get where people are coming from.
Yeah, do your thing, bro. Do your thing.
Michael Vick to Norfolk is imagining like Ed Reed going back to the. Oh no, he's not Miami. It's like who's a Miami boy, like a Miami guy.
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis going to the U. Like that. That's like. I'm from the area. I'm from that city. You know what I'm saying? Or Roll. You know, like the Roll brothers, Antrell Roll, and all those. They from Florida, whatever. It's like the Rolls going back to the U to coach, right? Like they homegrown talent, and they going back to a homegrown area. That's what it is for Michael Vick at Norfolk. Michael Vick is a Norfolk kid. He's a Bay Area kid. And I know a lot of people don't know that Bay Area has a lot of talent. Percy Harvin, Aaron Brooks, Michael Vick, Marcus Vick. Like there's a lot of talent that comes out that Bay, that Norfolk, the Virginia Bay Area. So that's what that's like. For DeSean Jackson, I really called it Prime 2.0, right? Outside of yeah, I think it's really Prime 2.0. DeSean Jackson has that flair. He has the excitement. He has the energy. He has a great social media presence. He has a podcast. So there's a lot of entertainment business behind him already. And I think he's going to elevate that. The only difference is Jackson State's 30,000, 40,000 brand of audience. Yeah, that ain't happening at Delaware State. They probably got you about a good 2,000, good 3,000-4,000. It ain't the same. But I think the engine behind DeSean Jackson and what it is really going to push that. So I think for Norfolk, it was like a no-brainer. But I think Delaware State hit a home run. To be a irrelevant program as they were, I mean, just like completely irrelevant. Like, and then to hire DeSean Jackson and all the energy and the promotion DeSean Jackson, everywhere DeSean Jackson's been going since he got the job, he's had Delaware State gear, Breakfast Club, the Eagles playoff game, you know what I'm saying, on his podcast and stuff like that, talking about it. So I think they're both great. I can't wait to see this game November 1st. I mean, it's everything to me. But me personally, I think DeSean Jackson edges out Michael Vick just a little bit.
Like Scotty said, it's just a home run hit. Again, the Prime effect. Prime told you when he left Jackson State, I had to go make this move so I could open the door for other coaches because they weren't trying to let these guys in. Like you say, then Ed Reed, like I say, you got Eddie George. So all of this is happening now because everybody is trying to find this niche. And you see DeSean Jackson hit the ground running. He got Antonio Gates' son to commit to him. He got another big time quarterback to come in. So what he's doing is big time. Like Scotty said, for Norfolk to hire Vic, that, like I said, there's nothing like it. There's just nothing like it. When you go to your press conference and Allen Iverson is sitting on the front row,
Facts.
It's saying I'm gonna do anything I can do to help you. And you talking about a legend in the basketball world, and now everybody in Norfolk is getting behind this. I don't know how. Like I say, I don't know about Norfolk like that. I know about the HBCU realm because my brother, I had some kids play. My brother played for Bethune-Cookman, so I know what it's like. So to get those people rallied up behind him, you're going to see. And then this is the biggest thing, is that Vic could have chased the money. Vic could have honestly went somewhere else with more NIL money, had a better stadium, had a better probably facility and all that on the West Coast, but he decided to stay home and help his people. And that's like you say, that's the biggest thing for me. And why I'm going to support him is because he had a choice. He had a legitimate choice to either go to HBCU route or go to is it Sacramento State going to be FCS this year?
They already are
Yeah.
FCS. They're looking to make
they're
that
moving up to FBS.
So now you see what I consider the prime effect and why Prime needs his flowers. I hear like a lot of you might not have watched Scotty, but I've heard Scotty say on many different occasions that some of these schools need to hire some of these coaches. Like Morgan didn't hire didn't hire Ray Lewis. What were they thinking? Because right now, Morgan would be one of the top schools in the country.
Andre Johnson not getting hired.
Johnson not getting the Alabama job because the board wouldn't sign off. Even Florida A&M last year, I think they should have hired somebody a little bigger. I like Cozy personally, and I like what he's doing, but I just think that it's a win-win for everybody. And I know what people are saying, oh, these guys are just going to come and leave. But the benefits that they're going to bring to your team and your program is going to help you immensely for whoever you bring in after him. So like you say, I think the Delaware State is home run. I just think I think both of these hires are home run. And Scotty, can you confirm or deny that Mississippi Valley hired Terrell Buckley today?
Yeah, he's officially hired. Yeah, he's officially hired. It was between him and Michael Spurlock. I was hearing.
I heard it is.
Yeah, I was hearing Michael Spurlock was like front running, and then all of a sudden, like Terrell Buckley, it was like, nah, it's Terrell Buckley. So yeah, T-Buck is he should be announced either later this week or first time early either this week or early next week. He should be announced.
Both of these hires is a home run for HBCU. Let's just call it what it is. The SWAC, they're gonna have to do something, right? Especially if Vic and Deshaun Jackson do and come into the landscape and really make some noise, the SWAC gonna get put on notice because they dropped the ball. Like, let's just call it what it is. They didn't have some people where people was begging to go work there, and because of the presidents and boards, they didn't want to hire them. And so you guys to start to, it's a plan, right? But you also, what you want to see is, did everybody learn from what Jackson State didn't do? That's going to be the key. Are you going to take advantage of the situation of having these people in place to help generate money to your university to excel your university to the next level? And don't get mad when they elevate because you already knew from the get-go what the plan was. That these people are going to come here, they're going to bring you this, they're going to bring talent to there, they're going to bring exposure there, and when they move on, don't get sour grapes. You know what it is. But take advantage of the opportunity that's been present.
I think what kills me, Rob, is this. Anything outside of HBCU football, everybody understands coaching is a step-up profession. Everybody understands it. That's just the name of the game. You go to an FCS program, right. You're looking to go to a G5. Right. You at a G5, you looking to make it to a Power 4. But when it comes to HBCU, oh, no, we got to stay here for 15 years. I'm like, no, the only reason you Bama stay there for 10 is because nobody else wants your ass. That's because if any coach got offered a Power 4 job, take home. Take home. If you tell me, like Willie Simmons, you're telling me I can get paid $500,000 to tell running backs to run through the 4-hole and not have all the headaches as a head coach? I'm taking $500,000 to tell Bama to run through the 4-hole. Like, it just doesn't make, it's just logical. It doesn't even make sense, right? So it's like, you can't tell me these HBCU guys would not be Jerry Max. Like, let's be honest. Like, that's the thing that kills me. It's like, no, you're not good enough that nobody else wants you. So you feel like, oh, you just stay here with us, kick it with us. I'm like, no.
And the
Scott,
crazy
let me
part,
ask you a question, Scott. Y'all out. I don't mean to cut y'all out. Time out. Scott, let me ask you a question. I done heard from Coach Dre and Rob about this. Scott, Willie Simmons, the effect, what kind of effect he gonna have on FIU? See, I don't know too much about him, but Coach Dre, life in football, they done educate me on Willie Simmons. You know, I heard his name, but I ain't know that about his coaching style and the effect that he had down there in FAMU.
They're going to a bowl game. I would bet any amount of money.
Your first year coach.
Willie Simmons is going to a bowl game. He's that guy. Like, Willie Simmons is that guy. Like, for real. Like, I ain't playing with you. I ain't in the conference, especially because they just lost the Bama to West Virginia, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, he went to West Virginia.
You went to West Virginia, so you ain't got to worry about Jacksonville State like that no more. Like, because they would have ran it back or whatever. He's winning 6 games his first year. It's if he gets now. I'm gonna be honest. And Coach Dre, I don't know if you've seen the roster. I'm not the biggest fan of the FIU quarterback. I've seen film on him. I'm like, he's okay-ish.
He can get the job done this year, Scotty. Before Willie gonna go get a quarterback.
But then he hit the transfer portal and they made him come back.
No,
but
Willie got to come back. But what Scotty's saying is what we saying is, Scotty, we know he gonna go get a quarterback. And I'm not over exaggerating when I tell y'all he's the best head coach in the state of Florida. And that's going from Florida State, the University of Miami. He's the best head coach in the state of Florida. And he's locking up South Florida right now. Everybody in South Florida, recruits and everybody, they're talking about Willie Simmons. He has the budget. You got a guy like Pitbull backing you. You got a great stadium. You got a great facility. And if I'm the University of Miami coach, I'm sitting on pins and needles. I'm sitting on pins and needles because this guy is finna come and blow up my whole spot. And I had the chance.
He that good.
He had
that good of a coach.
Huh?
Yeah.
Say that again? Yeah,
he's
that good of a coach. The only reason he wasn't winning the
SWAC. Is he that good of a coach?
The only reason he wasn't winning the SWAC was because Prime was there. That's the only reason he wasn't winning the SWAC.
Thank you, Coach Dre.
That's the only reason FAMU wasn't winning the SWAC is because Jackson State was there and in the way. You see, when Prime got out the way, they just ran over.
Steamrolled everybody. He only lost to Prime in his years at FAMU. He only lost to Prime.
Hey, B. Watts, he was getting 5-star. He was getting 5-star kids on there, high caliber D1 players. He was getting all them type of kids on visit at FAMU. So if he was getting them at FAMU, what you think he got when he got more resources? So he's gonna elevate.
Dog, listen, man, listen.
Yeah, that was cool. Life in football, and Coach Dre keep telling me that to that dude.
Dog, listen. I talked to all the FAMU players because they love. When I tell you they love Willie Simmons, like every FAMU player, they love it. And the reason they say they love Willie Simmons because Willie Simmons don't sugarcoat nothing for you. The players say, Scotty, he will tell you exactly. He said I had positional coaches lie before I had Willie Simmons lie to me. Willie Simmons will tell you exactly what you need to do to get on the field for him. He'll tell you straight up, hey, if it's your grades, if it's you got to play better, or he'll be straight up and say, hey, the guy in front of you, he's just better than you. Like, I mean, what you want me to tell you, right? So that there's a respect there. The second aspect of it for Willie Simmons is the people he surrounds himself with. Like, he goes and gets guys that know the state of Florida. Like, it ain't no Billy Rowe,
Ryan, listen, Scotty, Ryan Smith coached high school here in Gainesville where I'm from. He was a high school coach here. On his team, one year I think he had 5 kids go D1. Like 3 of them went to Florida, and so he knows this area. He knows the North Central Florida area, so he gonna lock up the state of Florida hands down with no problem. And this is what we're saying. That he had Norvell shook. Understand that Willie Simmons was probably going to be at Colorado. If Willie Simmons had beat Deion maybe one of those times in the SWAC, that was one of his first calls when he got the job at Colorado.
Coach Ray, I'm so glad you said that, because I'm not going to lie to you. I would have loved to see that pairing. I would have loved to see Shedeur and Willie. That would have been the only issue. The only issue is Prime pulls the trigger on OCs really quickly. And that would have really hurt my soul if he would have fired Willie because something wasn't going well or things they didn't see eye to eye OC and play caller wise. So I get why Willie kind of just, if it didn't go that way, that he would have stayed in his own way and did things like that. But I would have loved, when he got the job, I was like, you gotta call Willie. You gotta call Willie Simmons. But I agree with Coach Dre. FIU, they're not ready. They're really not. It's one of those things where, like, how I told people when I remember when Deion was interviewing for the Auburn job, and I had and people from the Auburn podcast brought me on and talked about it. I said, listen, I said, you don't understand the prime effect. I said, that's why you asking me these questions that you asking me. I said, you don't understand. I said, there is no other entity that can explain. You can't even describe the prime effect. And when he went to Colorado and they saw what was going on, he hit me up. He says, damn, Scotty, that at Auburn. I said, exactly. That at Auburn would have been dumb. You're talking about top 5 classes, and it just would have went stupid. But you have to see it. If you can't visualize it, you're not going to understand it, right? And people didn't get it because it was on the Jackson State level. They're like, this Jackson is black people.
And the boosters want to be in control.
Yeah, boosters want to be in control.
But that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing to the SEC, guys, is that the boosters want to be the head coaches. When I'm giving you this money, I want to be able to tell you what to do, who to spend it on, what to do. But again, you got to give Coach Prime, and like he said, I'm glad that Scotty said that, is because you guys have to understand that Prime had offers. It wasn't like Colorado was the only offer. We're glad that he chose Colorado, but Colorado gave him the opportunity to do all that he had a chance to do, because he didn't just only change football. He changed a way of life in Colorado. He brought a culture to Colorado, just that he did to Jackson. And so that's why I think in the HBCU realm, they have to go out and hire these guys.
I'll drop this little nugget though. I can tell you one thing Prime did in Colorado. He got rid of some people off that board, and the president changed. They went and got a president that know that football should be number one to help change things in the school. A lot of people don't know that happened.
The first we had one by sport. He didn't get that much.
What the person that voted no for Prime to be there is gone. And the person that was trying to make the school into a Yale, make Boulder to Yale, is gone. And they bring in somebody that understands that first the king, and that's what's going to help generate money to the school to help them expand and grow stuff in Boulder. So those things happen. So you better think Prime. So
hold on one second. Miss Blessingly Budget, you know.
Hey, check this out, Scott. Let me ask you this, Scott. The head coach, I don't forgot. He's either at, maybe Raw, y'all know, Alabama A&M or Alabama. The coach that told Prime he ain't SWAC. What's going on with his football pro?
Alabama State. You talking about Eddie Robinson? Eddie
Robinson.
Listen, they like the Steelers. Defensively, you can't mess with them. Offensively, they can't find a quarterback. Bama's be dropping like flies, man. Everybody, really? My guy, anybody who watches me, Andrew Body, that's my guy. He got hurt early in the season, and they just couldn't replace him. They just couldn't replace him at the quarterback position, and that's what hurt them. They should have beat Jackson, but they couldn't put no points up. Let me say this about Deion. I think I wanted to see Deion at Arkansas, and the reason I wanted to see Deion at Arkansas is because Jerry Jones. You have Deion, because anybody who don't know, Jerry Jones is an Arkansas alum. So that would have been an open checkbook. You talking about NIL money? There is no. It's Jerry Jones, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Think about
Walmart, Tyson.
Think about all the money he's bringing into Colorado. he would have been bringing that money into Arkansas. So Jerry Jones would be like, this it's going to fund itself. This is, you know, like if I put money into this, it's going to be more money come back into Arkansas, right? So I would have loved to see that, just me personally. So if somebody said Arkansas, nah, Colorado, like what would you rather? Like I know like hindsight's 2020 and everybody like goes to Colorado. Dog, it's Arkansas. You're in the SEC. It's Arkansas. Like Arkansas is not bad. I mean, nobody wants to say I hate that Suey stuff, but other than that, man, it's Arkansas. Like, come on, man, it's not that bad.
I think what people realize is like when
I appreciate y'all, man.
I was gonna say with the prime effect, I think people don't realize like all the cameras, the glitz, the glamours that come with it. You got to be willing to see reach the people well off media. Uncle Neely, some of them people weren't ready for that. You know what I'm saying, and didn't realize the effect of what that would take. But now that you see that, now other schools are starting to say, "Man, we got to do this. We got to show our program off." And so that's another entity that Prime brought. That's opening a lot of schools to know that they got to do better in the media side of things.
Yeah, when you said that, right, I thought about Michael Vick press conference. That was the most horrible. Scotty, did you see the press conference?
I liked
the background. Everything was just wrong.
Ass.
God, man, I say he need Uncle Neil up there today with him. But I want to switch from the HBCU and talk about the NFL right quick. Hey, I don't know who went in the game between Buffalo and
Buffalo's up by 8.
Baltimore. They're up by 8. Who should be the MVP? Who y'all like for the MVP?
Number 8, baby.
I'm with Josh. Josh Allen.
Number 8, baby.
I got Saquon.
You got Saquon. That's good. I thought about him too. My boy showed out today now. I think he had 205 rushing yards and 2 TDs.
Yeah.
He had 205 rushing yards?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. That's crazy. Go ahead, Coach Dre.
Yeah, he ended up today with 205 rushing yards, 2 TDs.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Lamar, but if I had a vote right now, I would give it to Saquon for what he did for Philadelphia, and what he did for that program, for that NFL team. But I think it's gonna be Lamar. But I need him. I need him to win, because if he don't win, it's gonna be a lot of people upset. So I really wanted him to win. But I like Lamar to win another one. So that'll give him 3, or this will be his second one.
It'll be his third, but yeah, I agree with you, Coach Dre.
Okay.
He needs to win.
I like Josh Allen. I can't
lose this game. If I'm not gonna lie to you, if Lamar loses this game, I would not be mad if he loses the MVP. I can't be mad. I can't be mad. I don't care. No, you can't. And if I'm being honest, if anybody didn't watch the game before they got on here, Lamar was the reason they losing.
Yep. They won't hand the ball off to King.
He threw 2 interceptions before before I came on. I said, damn.
You know what blows me with Baltimore is, why don't y'all just watch the Philadelphia Eagles and do the same exact thing that they doing? And come on, quit trying to make him throw the ball. Just hand the ball off. You got there. What was the point of get Derrick Henry if you don't give him the ball?
Listen, man. I listen. I know. Y'all probably seen it.
True.
Take it back to them.
Hey, I got one more question.
Teams. Take it back to them old Michael Vick teams with T.J. Duckett, Warren Dunn, Algie Crumpler, and let's just run this thing.
Okay.
Let's just do it.
Right. And let's run it. That's it. What y'all think about the Washington quarterback, Jalen Daniels, for the Washington Commanders? They beat Detroit 45-31. He threw for 299 yards. He was 22 of 31 with 2 TDs as a rookie. What y'all think about it?
Can I go first, guys? Because I'm a Cowboys fan. When I tell you, this is like irking my soul. Like I watched every minute of that game. We paying a half mulatto nigga. I'm sorry, can I say nigga on here? I'm sorry. We paying a half mulatto man $60 million million, and he can't even do half of what Daniels did. I'm like, and my friend was like, my friend texted me talking about something. Scotty, I mean, Dak put some good yards. I say, yeah, when we down like the Detroit Lions, we down 18 points. Then Dak want to come back, throw 2 touchdowns. Game over by now. Where you been? Game over. You know, then he end the game with 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. You're like, bro, none of that crap matters, Brody. Like, you already lost the game in the first half. So when I tell you I am sick, Like, my stomach hurt last night. I was just like, why we're paying Alabama $60 million and he couldn't do half of this?
I'll say this: the best hire that Washington made was going to get Kerry. That's really what helped Jalen Daniels to the next level. You went and got somebody that did it in college, right? It was a head coach, offensive coordinator in college. He failed in the NFL, and he got an opportunity. He had another young quarterback, right? Because all he cared about is, as long as he got a quarterback, he can make things. And then you go get something that's bigger, faster, stronger than Kyler Murray to pair with Kingsbury. I mean, what else can you say? I don't want to see them win because I'm an Eagles fan, but.
Oh, you're an Eagles fan. Okay.
I mean, what Jane Daniels did is remarkable. A lot of people had the Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl, and he went in there and played football. He took their best punches and kept kicking. It was a great football game. I enjoyed every minute of it. But like Scotty say, Washington did it the right way. They went out and got new ownership. They got I don't know how did Jerry let Dan Quinn walk out the door, but I just don't get it. But he has a chance to take a team to the Super Bowl, and you got to be excited for this guy and what he's been able to do. It's just amazing. Hold on, one thing we watch, Miss Blessingly Budget. When we talking, you get what I'm saying? Like I say, everybody's not going to agree with everything that we say. When we talking about Willie, when we were just talking about Willie, we was talking about him being the best coach in just the state of Florida and what he brings as a college coach. We know what coach, like, everybody knows what Coach Prime means to me and what it is. We just was talking about at that point just a guy in the state of Florida who's coming in to a big state with higher paid coaches. He probably gonna be on the lower scale of pay, but he gonna have the biggest impact in the state of Florida. But yes, we understand what Coach Prime. All of this is Coach Prime effect. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Can't nobody beat around it. You got to tip your hat off to Eddie George for getting the NFL interview today with the Chicago Bears. Like I say, Prime told you if people just sit back and listen. Prime told you, I got to do this because I got to be able to open this door for other fellas to walk in this door and to be able to coach this thing like they want to coach this thing. So you got to give Coach Prime his props, and you see it all over South Carolina. I mean, not South Carolina State, but Sacramento State. Even though they didn't get big, they still went out and hired a black coach. You see a lot of these guys getting opportunities. It looks like Aaron Glenn is going to be able to be a head coach in the NFL and other things. So we just, like I say, you just got to be patient and just wait. And like I say, it's not about what people are saying. It's about the way they're saying. I know everybody doesn't agree with the way with what Scotty says, but the way bro say it is the way bro say it. And he just be talking, and we understand that. You get what I'm saying? We know everybody has their own opinion, but like I always tell y'all, it's about the presentation. It's not about what you saying, it's about how you saying it. Just because you right, the way you saying it could make you wrong. And so, I just want to be straight up. I listened to Scotty for a while because, like I say, HBCU, especially when Prime first got there, he was one of the first podcast guys that I got a chance to listen to and what he did. And what I know is he's hands down on what he believes in and what he talks about. Go ahead, B-Watt.
I'll say this to Scotty's point, right? A lot of people that's not I'm saying this. I'm gonna be real fast with it. For a lot of people, if y'all not really educated in the HBCU world, man, chase Scotty out, right? And y'all opinion will change about what he's got going on and off script the channel. I think people get caught up because he's already explained it from the get go. Some things he supported Prime, some things he don't. But he can have his opinion. But when you talk about the HBCU realm and you want to be educated what's going on, this one of the people that you want to check out. Just being honest.
Man, I appreciate that. And listen,
good take. Hey, y'all watch it.
Real quick, be.
I ain't
gonna hold you up. Listen, this has always been my thing with Prime. I've always said this. Prime as a coach, I'm like, I'm just Prime as a marketer, as a businessman, the Bama should be at Harvard. Like he should really be teaching the class. Like he's just that nasty with it, right? So I just think that it is what it is. And a lot of people, for me, my intrigue for Prime as the player is always at the highest level because most of us grew up watching Prime as a player. Like as a kid, I did the bandana when I played football. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that affinity is always there as a player. But for me, I have to delineate because now you're in a coaching lane. Now I'm grading you as a coach, not the greatest player of all time, in my personal opinion, but as a coach. And as a coach, he's in. That's just my personal opinion. But hey, it is what it is.
But we appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Like I said, I've been checking you out for a while, man. I said, man, this dude here cracking me up. See, I watched the interview that you did with Bucky. And speaking of Bucky, let's talk about Bucky. I want to get a dude this flower, man. If it wasn't for Bucky, I wouldn't have the content or the things that I want to talk about if it weren't for well-off media. The impact of well-off media for Coach Prime has been what to you all in y'all eyesight? Don't take long. Go ahead, Coach Ray.
I mean, it's been everything for me. What he did and the table he set for his son. Like everybody talks about how other people do that for their kids, and it gets down and it doesn't get what it deserves. What he did for Bucky, he didn't give him a handout. He didn't just say, "Here go your inheritance, son." He said, "Here goes something that you can go run with and go be great at." And that's what he did. And he started it at Jackson. And no other. Now you see other universities doing that. Like even Willie. You see Willie. They put out snippets of them working out. You see people. Everybody's doing it now because of what Bucky is doing. The reason everybody has content and can talk about Colorado because they put it out every day. If Texas, Alabama, or Georgia did that, I'm pretty sure their people they have podcasts and talk about it, but they talk about it off of what they thinking. Most of the time, what we're talking about is off what we're getting blessed to see. He's been a game changer. He deserves everything. He deserves all the respect and kudos that all because again, if there's no Bucky, nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knew what would have been going on at Jackson State. Nobody knows what's going on at Colorado. And you see everybody doing what Bucky is doing because now that's what kids want. Kids want that. Kids want to be seen. Kids want to be looked at. And you got to give Bucky his flowers. Go ahead.
No, Colorado was definitely a game changer. Bucky was definitely a game changer. Well-off media, and the extension of just not well-off media, but to reach the people to Darius. Because I got to give Darius his flowers. We rock. And then Uncle Neely, his growth in it. They all play a part because they all three bring different perspectives and points of views from Colorado and from Jackson. So it starts there. But what a lot of people, man, is that we ain't thankful. We ain't appreciative of the content that you get, right? We always appreciate because we want a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But one thing you respect about it is they show you the ups, they show you the downs of everything. And so if you can't take the ups, you can't take the downs. So I just think, man, you just got to be appreciative. And to the last point that I'm gonna make to this, Scotty, for him to get Bucky on the interview is key because Bucky don't come on everybody's platform. And I'm gonna say this again. For Scotty to be able to get Bucky on his show, Bucky don't go on people's shows. So that means he's got to have some type of respect level for Bucky for those type of things to happen. But I'm gonna pass it off to Scotty.
Man, I appreciate that, Robin, and as well, Coach Dre. You know what's funny, and I know a lot of people won't believe this, but I was at Jackson when Deion was still there, and me and Bucky was talking. Um, and he was like, he said, you're the reason why I started my YouTube channel. And I was like, what? He said, yeah, I was watching you. And I'm like, he was like, if he can do it, I can do it. And that's really, and what's funny is I remember Bucky at Mississippi Valley State with his phone. Because that's really where it started. They had this big during warm-ups. I don't know if you guys were around that time, during the Jack State, but they had this big blow up in the middle of the field during warm-ups, and Bucky was in that jank the whole time with his phone, talking mess and stuff like that. And that's really where Well Off Media started. After that, it was just like a constant drop of video clips and stuff like that. And, he did his thing. And listen, me and Bucky cool, and people are like, me and Bucky talk, we text, I'm saying, like stuff like that. And I've always respected Bucky and how he does Well Off Media. I've always told him, I said, man, you've really changed the game of how people consume content because it's so raw, it's so unedited. It's just like it's a vibe. Like you want it like that. You don't want it all with the glitz and glamour and the titles. You just want it raw and unedited. And it's dope how he does it. And I told him, man, you're a great storyteller because to get all that content in a couple of days or a couple of hours, chop it up and then put it on a platform. Yeah, that's high level stuff, man. So I've always told Bucky, man, he's great at what he does, and I appreciate it, man. I just want to see. I just hope it continues. You know what I'm saying? If he goes to the NFL, I want to see what it looks like if they go to the NFL, right? Like just that journey and that progression of what it is, man. So, but yeah, man, it's been a journey. I've loved seeing Bucky and how he started and where he got his start from to where he is now, man. Night and day.
Good take, fellas. Good take, man. I appreciate y'all. I know I thought I was going to keep you an hour. I'm sorry I went on the time. We kind of do that on Sundays and Tuesday night. Because I got a lot of guys be on here, they get their take. I try not to interrupt, and plus they get good take. But before we move on, check this out. Y'all know we touch every topic on Sunday. Here we go. Let me see what Scotty know about this. Don Staley secured a record $25 million deal, becoming the highest paid women's basketball coach. Base salary, $4 million per year. The impact that she have made on the women's in college sport is what to you all?
First of all, she deserves every penny. That's what it looks like when you're supposed to be the highest paid coach. When you win stuff. B. Watts, that's what that look like. When you dominate. That's what that look like. You see the comparison?
Stop, man. You right.
Domination.
You right.
Okay. Anyway, she deserves every penny. She needs a statue. I know they built one of what the Angel Wilson. I know you got Dawn needs a statue. Okay, she needs a statue, but she's the GOAT, man. And again,
right,
seeing black people in those positions being themselves. Like that's the beauty of it. She showed with the Eagles jacket, you know what I'm saying? She showed with the LV, the Amiri, she just does it in her way, her style, and she resonates with these girls, and they just go out and dominate day in and day out. It reminds me of like the Yankees and the Lakers back in the day when they had Kobe and Shaq. Like, they would just show up and win, and you just like, man, this is just another. That's where she's on that level of domination. So. South Carolina University, I really don't think they can afford her. I just keeping the buck, they really can't afford her because all the publicity that women's basketball program gets is outrageous. But she deserves every penny of it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to clap your hands for her to get what she deserves. I always say, be a blessing because you are a blessing, and she's been blessing these young ladies. Taking taking these people to the next level, and now she getting her just due. Like Scotty said, I believe she deserves a statue, maybe even two around the city of South Carolina for what she's done for basketball. It's just amazing. I'm glad that she's doing it. I'm glad that she's doing it her way. I'm glad that she's unapologetic. She's her all the time, and she welcomed things. And she's a Coach Prime of college basketball. She's a trendsetter. She does things her way, and now everybody's trying to do things the way Don does it. And you gotta respect what she's doing for the women's game and the young ladies that she's bringing up and putting in the WNBA and things of that nature. So you got to tip your hat to her for what she's doing. Go ahead, Rob.
I think she deserved more. I'm proud that they made her the highest paid coach, but I feel like I think they award her more. In a sense of what she's done for that university. And to put South Carolina on the map like she's done, it's truly exciting to see. But it with Don Staley, everybody not meant to play for Don. That's the thing that you love about it is when you see her offer kids, you don't see her offer a lot of kids. She go out and really truly scout and recruit kids to who she feel like fits the program. And when they do come in, she's playing this year, she's playing about 12, 13 girls because one of them got hurt. So she's playing with 12 girls this year. How many kids gonna stay there and play in a program where you gotta split the minutes of 12 with 12 girls, 12 other girls, or 12 other players on the basketball court? That's tough. With how many minutes that's been played in a collegiate game. So the blessings that she's done for that university and the empowerment that she's helped these girls to get to that next level or whatever they done professionally outside of basketball is it's an honor, it's a blessing. And she definitely deserves everything that she's.
About it, fellas. I want to appreciate each and every one of you who participated in the chat and the ones who've been tuning in over there on LinkedIn on my channel. I appreciate. I see all the former NFL players over there. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me since I've been doing this for about 10 months. All right. Appreciate y'all. I see y'all. But in the meantime, I want to say appreciate my dog, my guest tonight, Scotty of Austria. If you don't mind, go over there on X and also YouTube, Instagram, and follow him if you don't mind. Appreciate you being my guest tonight. Want to appreciate Rob and Coach Dre as always on every Sunday. And going forward, y'all pay attention to Tuesday night. I don't know if which the first one responds. Montrez Walker, the linebacker that's coming out of beautiful Georgia with Coach Prime will be my special guest. He was going to do it tonight, but Scotty hit me back, say he was coming. So I told him, hold up. Buffin Prime, T-Cab, might be Tuesday night. If it ain't this Tuesday night, it's going to be next Tuesday night. And also my friend over there on LinkedIn, Mr. James Shane, one of the staff members for Colorado. So look out for me this week, sometime this week or next week, and they'll be on the show. And I'll let y'all know more as they respond back to my message. Hey, fellas, give me your last word, and we're going to get out of here. Starting with Rob. Then we'll go with Scotty. Then we'll go with Coach Dre to in and out. Appreciate y'all.
I really appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight on this Sunday. Y'all could have been doing anything else. I know some of y'all was watching the game and tuning into this at the same time. We appreciate all the love support. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell, subscribe to both of the channels, to all the channels, and hit that like button on your way out. As always, we appreciate y'all.
Man, I appreciate the invite, B, man. I appreciate Rob, Coach Dre, man. It was great chopping it up with y'all, man. I definitely don't mind doing this again. Man, y'all make sure y'all go head over to BYU, go get that merch. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Go make sure you go lock in with that BYU merch, you know what I'm saying? Just saying, you know what I'm saying? Brigham Young University. All right, Mormons go. Anyway, hey, listen, y'all can also catch me on YouTube. I'm sorry. Y'all can also catch me on YouTube, catch me on Instagram at Offscript TV. All right, man. Appreciate y'all.
Like always, we appreciate everybody coming through and rocking with us. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to spend your Saturday nights with us. I tell everybody I'm just a nobody trying to bless somebody, trying to encourage somebody, and trying to uplift somebody. Like you say, it's always about forgiving. It's always about forgiving, man. Don't lay your head down on your pillow tonight with no hate or no grudge in your heart. If you got that in your heart, get down on your knees and pray and ask for forgiveness. I just want y'all to know that, hey, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be doing our thing here. Big up the B Watts for having us on. Go check out Scotty and his platform. Like Rob said, if you want to hear more about HBCU and what they're gonna have going on, go check him out. And like I always say before I leave, if I send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won if they haven't been played. Prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. I am your man, Coach Dre. That is my brother Rob the Man. That is my brother B Watts, and that's my guy Scotty. We'll see y'all next Sunday. God bless and y'all be good.
Scotty. Just last one, Scotty. Last one, Scotty. I want to hear your answer, Scotty. I want to hear you. Shadur Snyder will be drafted number in the NFL draft.
I think if no trades are made, I think he goes 2 or 3.
Right.
I think he goes 2 or 3. Yeah. I want him to go to Cleveland.
You don't think he'll go number 1?
Hell no.
Okay. No. All right. Y'all, good night. Appreciate you, Scott. Love you.
He's one. Deion is a gift that keeps on giving for us. It was
he is a content machine.
Oh my God, it was great. Content is king. I don't care whether you hate him or love him. He's one. He's proven that he can coach.
Here's the thing that's going to be really interesting. They don't have that NIL money, okay, that the Ohio States and that some of the other. He is relying solely on the transfer portal, and he just got one of the best defensive players in the country to come over from Alabama. And you talk about a great coach.
How you doing? My name is Aki. I'm from Houston, Texas. I just hope to bring a good attitude and, just be resilient here.
Cool. You can sit down right there.
I'm Chauncey Gooden. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm just here to bring that dog mentality. I'm Corday Smith. I'm from Mobile, Alabama. I'm just here to work. I'm Jay Garhart from Lakewood, New Jersey. I'm just here to bring effort and attitude.
I'm Zay McGill. I'm from Tel Aviv, Mississippi. I'm just getting my all to y'all.
I'm Zach Atkins. I'm from Kansas City, and I'm just here to be great.
I'm Corbin Lazier. I'm a tight end. I'm from East Tennessee. I'm here to bring unbelievable effort and discipline.
I'm Adrian Wilson. I'm from Anchorage, Alaska. My goal is to be coachable and just to bring good work ethic to my position room.
Caden Salter, Dallas, Texas. I'm here to be a leader and lead this team to that Big 12 championship.
Cornell Farrakhan Jr. from Houston, and I'm looking to give out 1,000% effort at all times.
I'm Julian Lewis from Carrollton, Georgia. Yeah, I'm just ready to work.
I'm Joseph Williams from Arlington, Texas. I'm here to make plays and give you all my best every day.
My name's Damon Graves. I'm from Boston, Australia.
Mate! New mate!
I'm just here to give 100% effort every day and a good attitude.
New mate!
I'm Buck Buchanan. I'm from Marshall, Texas, and you're going to get a lot of effort and a lot of touchbacks.
There you go.
I'm Jaheim Rhodes. I'm from Columbia, Mississippi. I'm here to bring effort and come bring it back all the way back to these Bucks.
There you go, dog. Remember what you said about that effort, man.
My name is Chris Johnson. I'm from Daytona Beach, Florida, and I'm just here to be dominant.
My name is Tavian Coleman. I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm bringing work.
My name is Gabriel Lightfield from SoCal, and I'm here to bring the Big 12 championship.
My name is Alexander McPherson. I'm from Stuart, Florida. I'm here to work hard and do whatever I can do to make the team better.
My name is Mantrez Walker. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm here to bring a physical presence to the defense and be a dog.
My name is Antonio Branch. I'm from Miami, Florida. I'm here to get y'all everything I got.
My name is London Merritt. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm here bringing that dog mentality, that dog effort, and that dog mentality on the D-line. Get some sacks.
My name is Martavius Frank. I play linebacker. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm just here to make some plays for y'all. My just win. My name is Tawfiq Byer. I'm from York, Pennsylvania. I plan on bringing leadership and passion.
My name is Reginald Hughes. I'm from Tonga, Mississippi.
here to bring energy, passion, and make us better.
My name is Colin Salter. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I'm here to compete.
My name is Carl Vickers. I'm from Quincy, Florida. I'm here to bring that dog mentality to them killers back there.